Hey everybody, how is it going? This is Babylon 5, this is season number 3, and this is episode number 18. This episode is called Walkabout. It's probably been about a week, 2 weeks since I watched War Without End, parts 1 and 2. Because I had to go away and just digest everything, I had to go away and basically calm myself down and just kind of think to myself, what the hell is now going to happen? Because obviously we don't have Kosh, because obviously Kosh was killed by the Shadows when Morden took them to his quarters. We now don't have Jeff, so we kind of have no connection to Minbar through him. We've only now got a connection to Minbar via Delenn. Marcus called Jeff Ranger 1, so I'm interested in knowing who is now going to become Ranger 1. Is it going to be Marcus, because Jeff's gone? I loved seeing the letters, but then realising that Jeff had sent the letters to himself and Delenn, telling her who he was, I guess. That kind of makes sense in my head. And him making that sacrifice of he chose life over death and he went back into the past with Zathras and took Babylon for 1,000 years ago to help save everybody, basically, from the Shadows and that war. And it was just so beautiful to see him again because, oh God, I miss that guy a lot when I watched this. And I wish that he was well enough to kind of keep going and be in it more than he was. But what we did get, it warmed my heart every time because I just think he is magnificent. And I don't know, I just really warmed to the guy and I just thought he was such a great character and just played extremely well as well. I believed him quite a lot. If I believe you, I kind of warm to you straight away. So that was interesting. And then finding out that the one wasn't one person, it was 3. The Minbari 3 coming back and kind of resurfacing again was just mind-blowing. And him pointing at Delenn when they were saving him on Babylon 4, Zathras that is, but then saying Jeff was the beginning of the story, Delenn is the current part of the story, and John's the end of the story. I'm thinking, oh shit, this may not end happily, and that scares me quite a lot. I'm just going to get straight on into this, let's go.
I just arrived, and I heard about Ambassador Kosh. I was hoping someone here could tell me what happened.
I'm afraid that information is confidential.
She worked for him.
I know he's dead. I'm not going to say anything to anyone. I was his aide.
Oh.
I was wondering if anyone was there when it happened. Did anyone speak to him?
John did before it
I'm
happened.
sorry. By the time we were called in, it was too late.
Oh.
Better get the captain on the link. Tell him the Vorlon ship's about to dock.
I could do that.
Why?
I just prefer to, that's all.
Why?
Okay, what is it?
With everything that's been going on around here lately, he just needed to get out a little, stretch his legs a bit, so he...
Where's he gone?
Walk.
I love walk like it's heavy acting. One of my favourite kinds. Oh, he's going to see the ship coming in. What did it say? I would love to know what it says.
Have you been able to determine how many of our ships survived the war?
The Centauri and their allies were quite thorough.
Oh,
We
God.
estimate no more than 10. A mix of dreadnoughts, heavy cruisers, medium warships.
There's a heavy cruiser here.
Fortunately, the Centauri were in such a hurry to reach homeworld. They left some of our ships disabled, but not destroyed. Most are being repaired now, cannibalizing one to fix another.
And what of your ship, Nakal?
The Tratok is fully functional. Had we not been given shelter by Captain Sheridan during the last days of the war, the story might have been very different. When do we strike back?
I was waiting for that.
We don't. For now, the most important thing we can do is lend our forces to protect this place. Because if Babylon 5 falls,
We're bollocked.
we all fall with it.
Hang about. Wasn't this the one that was on Minbar with Jeff? It looks similar.
Welcome to Babylon 5, Ambassador. I didn't know Ambassador Kosh as well as I might have wished. I'm not sure anyone did, really.
Maybe later.
But we were enriched by his presence, and we are all diminished by his loss. Your government neglected to tell me your name.
Is it
Or should I
secret?
refer to you when we're alone?
Kosh.
Ah, yes, I understand that's how we're to refer to you publicly, but privately?
Kosh.
Ambassador Kosh is dead.
Oh God.
We are all Kosh.
You know, as a foundationist, I was always taught that if you're not careful, you can lose yourself in the world.
Oh, he mentioned this
You're
to
too busy with
Susan
things,
once.
not busy enough with yourself.
What he believed in.
Spend your days and nights living someone else's agendas, fighting someone else's battles, and you're doing the work you're supposed to be doing, but every day there's less and less of you in it all. Till one day, you come to a fork in the road. And because you're distracted, you're not thinking, you lose yourself. You go right, and the rest of you, the really important part of you, goes left. And you don't even know you've done it till you finally realize that you don't have any idea who you are when you're not doing all those things.
You don't really believe there are two of you, do you?
No, it's a metaphor, right? There isn't literally another me walking around the station, but the principle's real.
Oh, did he eat that peel? Bloody hell.
I realized I didn't have any idea who I was when I wasn't being a doctor, and I think I was using the stems to avoid facing them.
Oh, so he's come out to find himself.
How?
By going walkabout.
I'd heard you arrived. I was just coming to see you.
Oh no! They might not be very nice.
I'm sorry. I wasn't here. I was doing what he told me to do.
Which was?
He wasn't with me when I left. Not even a piece of him. I swear.
There was no other.
No,
No other what?
not that I knew of. I'm sorry.
What is happening?
He's gone.
Follow.
Is she alright?
If you do have any problems with the ambassador, I hope you'll let me know.
Is there a problem?
What?
I said, is there a problem?
Oh my God.
No. Everything's fine. Is there anything else?
Yes, there's something I need you to do. In a few hours, I'll be leaving on the White Star. I've asked our only resident telepath, Lita Alexander, to come along. She has agreed.
Oh.
We'll take up position in hyperspace as soon as we hear of a shadow attack. We'll jump out and
See if it
engage one of their
attacks.
fleet ships. We'll attempt to jam it and then destroy it. If any of you could send along one of your ships as escort,
Only the Jatok is capable of a mission of this nature. I will have to discuss this with her captain.
fair enough. Delenn?
Consider it done.
Sheridan is embarking upon a fool's mission.
Oh no.
We recovered records from our fleet's last battle with these shadow vessels. They never had a chance.
He thinks he has one now.
Yes.
Perhaps. But our few remaining ships are our only hope of ever reclaiming homeworld.
Oh.
We cannot waste them on fool's missions.
But if we withdraw our support, the odds of his returning to Babylon 5 are considerably smaller.
Oh no.
Cannot squander our resources, Jakar.
Oh no. Can Jakar overrule this?
Then he dies.
How did you find out Kosh had died?
It was strange. I
He had a dream.
woke up out of a dream and I just knew somehow. Why?
No reason. I guess I'm just feeling guilty.
Oh, because she
I
wasn't
there
there.
when it all happened.
You couldn't have done anything.
Nobody could.
No one could.
Captain, we're picking up a distress signal from a relay post in the target area.
Oh.
Is it them?
Yes.
All right, stand by to jump to normal space on my mark. Tell the Mimbari ship to stand by in hyperspace until we signal.
I need to be on a line of sight for this to work.
Bring us around.
Oh man. The way they shimmer is amazing. Oh shit, yeah, I don't think she's strong enough.
Lita. Lita!
Gosh!
Oh god, she looks mad.
Killed him. Tore him apart.
Oh, that's what I said.
Burn, you bastard.
Mr. Lanier.
Oh my god.
It's not moving.
You're gonna do something.
Oh!
Do it.
Oh!
Now.
Oh shit!
All power to the forward batteries, Mr. Lanier.
Look how cautious he is.
One focused, continuous burst. Now.
Oh, hell on earth. Oh god.
More power to the weapon system, Mr. Lanier. Let's see what it takes to kill one of these things.
I'll have to take the jump engines offline. But if I do, we won't be able to make a jump for 20 standard minutes.
Oh god, I thought it was going to say 20 hours.
Proceed. Keep it going, Mr. Lanier.
Jesus.
I'm all right. I just need a moment.
More shadows.
We've got 4. Repeat, 4 shadow vessels.
We've got maybe 9 minutes
Alive with
now.
what we know. Are you sure we can't jump?
Positive.
We have a problem.
Yes, sir.
All in here.
Run for it.
Captain Sheridan.
Yes, Captain.
Oh.
Monitor your situation. Moving to intercept.
Oh, bugger me. There's going to be one left over. Oh!
Bring us around, fast.
This is Jakar to White Star.
Are
you all right?
Oh no!
Yes.
He actually came himself!
Thanks for coming.
Oh, I'm not on the Jatok, Captain. And I brought some friends.
What the hell, man? Oh.
And so it begins.
I'd still like you to stop by MedLab and let them take a look at you.
She had bleedy eyes. I'd go to
All right,
MedLab.
I will. Excuse me. Before, I told you I don't have a piece of Kosh. But it's possible. I don't know for sure, but it may be. Someone else does.
This episode was so different, but how interesting is it to see how we had John and the War Council helping the Narn battlecruiser keep them safe from that Centauri ship, and when it came to the point where John wanted them to help them, he kind of decided against it. I would never have expected that. And seeing that dilemma that it then put Jakar in, especially when Michael went to see him and he was like, look, we helped you, yet he couldn't return the favour, was interesting to see those guys at odds, because I don't like that. But then prior to that, seeing everybody in the war room together, going through this plan of what they could possibly do to draw the shadow vessels out so they could test this telepath theory was really interesting. Good to see Lita out and about, but seeing her coming back and obviously questioning John about Kosh, and then them talking about having pieces of Kosh, I was really confused about that. I was thinking, hang on a minute, how can you have a piece of Kosh? He died. But I'm now thinking, is it because John saw Kosh in his dreams and Lita has obviously seen Kosh as well? Is it something to do with the fact that John had that dream? That's all that I can think of. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens next, because Lita was saying to this new Vorlon at the end there, like, she thinks someone else has a piece of Kosh, and the only other person that seems to have that connection, a similar connection to Lita, is John. So it must be in relation to John. I am like in awe, because when John was asking Lita questions and it came out in Kosh's voice, and then when Lita heard Kosh's voice on the White Star, I was just like, oh my god, what if he isn't actually dead? What if he's just somewhere? And we just saw the destroyed suit, but he's still out there somewhere. That would break my mind, because I was devastated when he died. And if he's not dead, I will hurt someone because, like, to play with my mind like that, no. I wouldn't be able to cope. I'm loving seeing Stephen out on this walkabout. And the first thing that came to mind for me when the title of this came up was, oh, this just reminds me of like Australia, because obviously there's the film Walkabout, and I'm obsessed with Australian cinema. It's something that I spend a lot of time watching and reading about and researching, especially when it comes to like ecology and how the land is portrayed in Australian film, Aboriginal film as well. Don't know if anyone saw Walking with My Sisters. It's an amazing documentary. Do please watch it. It's about Aboriginal rights to the land and ancestry and the descendants of those that owned the land before we came along and kind of took it away from the indigenous inhabitants and basically removed the land from those that owned it, and the battles that they go through to kind of get that land back. You see through history like different takes on Australian life. You see it in like Werner Herzog, you see it in films like Gallipoli, and it's just an interesting topic to look into. I'm looking forward to seeing what the rest of his walkabout entails and where else he goes, because as Garibaldi said, he is just walking in that straight line. You can't really go left or right. You're on a station. You can only kind of go one way and then go back, I guess. I'm going to sign off and say thank you, and I will see you guys later. So thank you.